The New York Knicks come back down 22 points in game one of the Western Conference Finals. I got to pull up Jalen Brunson's final points because he was spectacular. He scored an absurd amount of points. I can't remember. I know it was about 38 points, 15 from 29 from the field. Spectacular game from Jalen Brunson. I just can't believe that they won this game. I remember when I think, early fourth quarter, I was like, yeah, I'm not going to give this game too much attention anymore. I kind of started doing other things, and I wasn't completely locked in. And then, oh my gosh, man, the Knicks, they come storming back and somehow win game one. Ridiculous game, another overtime game in the conference finals. My video where I was talking about how these might be the best conference finals ever. It's looking really good right now. We got a double overtime game and then an overtime game where it's a 22-point comeback. When Landry Shamet got in the game, that's when they made that crazy run without Josh Hart in the game. I'm no negative to Josh Hart, but that is just what I noticed. Landry Shamet hit some huge shots in this game, absolutely huge shots. And it looked like the Knicks, anytime Harden was guarding Jalen Brunson, he just hunted that every time, and that's it's kind of hard for them to hide Harden, I feel like, defensively, because Harden's not good whatsoever defensively, and so it's tough. They got to really try to avoid having Harden guarding Brunson, because then they're trying to have to double and get out of his hands, but they got a lot of guys that can attack closeouts. OG Anunoby started playing better down the stretch and in the clutch. Mikal Bridges, I thought he had a pretty solid game. I thought Karl-Anthony Towns played well enough. Didn't shoot the ball necessarily amazing, but you can't really double guys and let other guys play because they got a really talented team. But Jalen Brunson still found a way to have 40 points in this game. He's just an absolute dog. Ridiculous shot maker. His handle's insane. His footwork's ridiculous. His shot making's ridiculous. Absolutely amazing game for the New York Knicks. They just keep doing it. They keep getting it done. They either blow teams out or they find ways to win. And this is, this kind of feels like a similar vibe to the Pacers last year. I know they haven't done this over and over and over like the Pacers did, but this type of game was an Indiana Pacer game for sure from last year, 100%. It's crazy. A 22-point win. New York Knicks steal game one, a game that they should have lost. Unbelievable game from them. It's hard to even know what to say right now. I guess I'll go to Cleveland side a little bit. I thought Donovan Mitchell started the game really well and played an overall good game, I still think. But, I just feel like when they needed him most, he didn't really step up the most. I thought Evan Mobley struggled today offensively for sure. Had a lot of opportunities to hit some big-time shots and missed a lot of them. Jared Allen, I didn't think was great. Just didn't, just not that impactful of a game from Jared Allen, in my opinion. Only 7 rebounds. The points thing is whatever. Harden, not a great game. 6 turnovers, 5 fouls. They were hunting him. Offensively, he didn't do enough to kind of, provide value for how bad defensively he was and how much they were getting advantages from attacking him. I really like Harden as a basketball player too. I'm a Harden guy myself, but not a good game from Harden whatsoever. He had that clutch shot to go up 2 points, but then Jalen Brunson went right around him and to get that floater. It's tough. Max Strus didn't really have a good game. Sam Merrill was okay. Missed that big shot, which they still would have found a way to win if he hit that 3-pointer, but he did not hit the 3-pointer at all. And this is interesting. Being down 1-0 is not the end of the world for Cleveland. They're at home. Losing the game I don't think it is that bad, but the fact of the matter is that you didn't just lose the game, you blew a 22-point lead, and that could be definitely demoralizing. It's an overtime game. They've played 2 Game 7s compared to the Knicks, who had a sweep in a 6-game series, but they've also had a ton of blowouts. The Knicks just have had way more rest comparatively to Cleveland. And Cleveland's played a lot of games, had a tough series versus Detroit, had a tough series versus Toronto. Those are guys that wear on you and defensively are really, really good. And then New York isn't a slouch defensively by any means, but you really had this game under control. You were guarding them really well. Offensively, I thought they were playing fairly well. And then they put that lineup with Brunson, Bridges, and Anunoby, Cat, and Shamet, and they just came storming back and ultimately found a way to win the game. I mean, once they got into overtime, I was fairly confident that they were going to end up with the win because they just had all the momentum, and Cleveland had been playing bad for 5+ minutes at that point, and in overtime, they got pretty much dominated in overtime. Only scored 3 points in overtime, so that shows the type of overtime they had. 3 points in 5 minutes. That's pretty poor, and this is tough for Cleveland. If you get this win, you're feeling really good. You are feeling like you're in control, that you have a really good shot to make the NBA Finals. But when you blow a game like this, when you should have won, you could have flipped home court advantage. This feels bad because, if you just lose a normal game, you could be like, okay, you're honestly supposed to lose. They're the favorites and they're at home. You're supposed to lose, but you're not supposed to blow 22-point leads. That's not what you're supposed to do, and it's tough. It's tough. This gives the Knicks a ton of confidence. This gives the Knicks momentum to build off of, and I mean, they're still the favorites. They are favored to win this series even without a 22-point comeback, and if the Knicks would have lost this one, I'd been like, you know what, it's a bad game. The Knicks will be fine. I wouldn't have overreacted at all, but this is bad for Cleveland. Like, when you're the underdog, like, these are games you cannot give to the favorite. You cannot give to the higher seed. You can't lose these games. They needed to win this one, and they didn't. Dennis Schroeder was really bad as well. I just felt like I needed to mention that. He was actually a +1, but not good. Dean Wade, I thought, was solid, so I will say that positively. Donovan Mitchell somewhat, and Dean Wade for sure. But this is really tough. But for you in New York, I mean, you have to be happy that how good they've been playing recently. It's just New York. I don't know if I think they could beat San Antonio or OKC, but they could at least make it interesting. Like Cleveland, if we're being real, if Cleveland's giving up these runs to these teams, to New York, where you can't score and they struggle this much offensively to New York, imagine how it's going to be versus San Antonio. That's just going to be even worse. Imagine how it's going to be against OKC. I just don't think Cleveland can really compete with San Antonio or OKC, and New York might not be able to be either if we're just being real. But I think New York has a better chance to compete against San Antonio or OKC than Cleveland does, especially to what we've seen up to this point. So I kind of do hope New York wins, but I do want to see Donovan Mitchell and James Harden in the finals. Like, that would be cool to me. And Donovan Mitchell is my second favorite player, so like I think that would be awesome if he made the NBA Finals. But like, I don't want Cleveland to be in the NBA Finals, if that makes sense. They just don't have mental toughness. They don't have this like Detroit. You can at least say they have this mental toughness and heart. I just never get that with Cleveland. I never feel that with Cleveland ever. And with New York, I feel like they're starting to kind of have it. Guys like OG Anunoby bring that. Karl-Anthony Towns is starting to bring that more and more. Brunson certainly has it. He is a dog in him. Bridges always feels like he makes clutch steals. I mean, he had that back tap on Max Strus at the end. Feels like Bridges is always finding a way to impact the game towards the end and have big defensive plays. Like last year, he ripped it out of someone's hands. Oh my gosh, I can't remember who it was now. Jaylen Brown, I think. Just at the end of the game, fully ripped it out of his hands. Had a block on Jason Tatum. Yeah, it was Jaylen Brown. It just feels like Bridges is having these moments. And, for Cleveland, if you want to win, you need better from James Harden. You need more from James Harden. 100%. You need him to play better. That's just what it is. You need him to 100% play better. Now, you could say some schematic things made it to where maybe he didn't play better, and I understand. I know some of it comes to coaching at the end of the day. But man, at the same time, you just need Harden to just make more shots. You need him to make more shots. Their ball screen coverages, I just don't think we're very good against New York. I just like New York's trying to protect Brunson by hedging like screens, and they're just not taking advantage of it. That's another thing that's bad, and you could say that that's a coaching thing for sure, but I don't know, man. They clearly didn't capitalize enough. Even though I thought like Donovan Mitchell played a pretty good game, but you got to have a better game plan to capitalize on Brunson's deficiencies as a defender for sure. And I just didn't think they really did that. You need more from Evan Mobley. You need more from Jared Allen. And Donovan Mitchell, like, it's hard to say you need more because, like, he statistically played a good game, but I still think you need more from Donovan Mitchell as well. Down the stretch, you need your guys to play better 100%. Need guys to make big plays, make big-time plays, be big-time players. Big-time players make big-time plays, and they didn't have anyone for that. They didn't have any big-time players today, so it's not over. I don't think it's over for Cleveland necessarily, but I feel a lot better for New York now that they found a way to win this one because I already picked them anyway. And I probably would have still been confident to pick them even if they would have lost this game. And you come back down 22 and you find a way to win. Ridiculous game. These conference finals are outrageous. They're so good. You had one of the best games I've ever seen, Wembanyama versus Shea. Wembanyama having an absolutely insane performance in a double overtime game. And then you get today and you get a 22-point comeback and in an overtime game. I mean, these conference finals are ridiculous. Everything that I said they're living up to and more. So that's going to do it. Absolutely ridiculous game. Good for Knicks. Good for Knicks fans. I'm out. Deuces.